r/AskReddit. Guys who did something stupid for a girl, what did you do? Back in elementary school, a girl asked me to be her bodyguard. I said yes and got beat up the next break by 5 boys. I took her to a Chick-fil-A rally to protest their anti-LGBTQIA+ policies. Unfortunately, it was a windy afternoon, and when I opened my passenger door to let her back inside my car, the breeze caught a Chick-fil-A wrapper that had been hidden under my seat. Foiled by my love of their chicken yet again. Gave her a chocolate bar with the golden ticket to go out with me. I got denied. Dude I knew. His girlfriend of 3 months breaks up with him before study abroad. He says they can do long distance. She says she wants to enjoy her time and doesn't want to date. She goes to Europe. He empties his bank account to buy a ticket to Europe. He shows up at her apartment. She had given out her address to get care packages from friends/family. She is shocked and freaked out to find him sitting by her front door. She flips out on him and tells him that he cannot stay with her. He had already emptied his bank account, so he spent the next week and a half trying to find places to sleep and finally just staying in the airport until his flight. Things that seem romantic in the movies are not in real life. Knew another dude that drove 14 hours to see his college girlfriend of 2 months at her family's house in New Orleans over fall break. She didn't invite him and he thought she was rude for being upset since he drove so far to see her for the weekend. Her family was freaked out since she was a freshman and had a dude follow her for a 4-day weekend. First girl I asked out, I left a chalk outline of a body on her driveway, along with a, clearly fake, police report indicating I was dying to go out with her. Yeah? I still cringe at the memory. Edit, this blew up. Thanks for the silver guys. And to everyone asking, I did know her and we had been flirtatious with each other. One of her friends assured me she would say yes to something creative. She did not say yes. Jumped over a fire pit and ruined my right knee. Doctors were amazed I ever managed to walk, let alone have full use. Not necessarily for her, but I tried to impress a girl at my middle school fall festival when a guy bet me $60 I wouldn't eat a live goldfish he had just won. I did it. It did not impress her. I knew this guy that was breezing through a 3-year electrotech college course while the rest of us struggled. I tried to talk some sense into him about this girl he was seeing. Left hand raising a finger for each con. She's addicted to crack. Her uncle is in the mob and has a questionable relationship with her. She has a kid. She's pressuring you to drop out and support her. You're throwing away your future. Right hand, pros. She's incredibly hot. He dropped out. Tim, you're an idiot. Getting up from the bleachers to play PE dodgeball, I tried to pull my sweatpants off while yelling let's do this. Ended up yanking off everything, boxers and all. Grew my hair long because she asked me to. She stopped going out with me. I kept growing it, and wasn't successful with women until I got it cut. Similar, but no consequences for me. My high school girlfriend got it into her head that I'd look good with my hair dyed her black. My friend, who had a crush on her, latched onto the idea and decided he wanted to do it too. We planned to do it over the weekend. My girlfriend and I never got around to it. Come back Monday, he had done it, loves it, showing it off. Bell rings, we head to class. He splits off, and she grabs me by the arm. N_who, he looks ridiculous. This is a bad idea, we are not dyeing your hair. I got on my bicycle and rode 18 miles to see my girlfriend. My girlfriend lived 28 miles away. If you haven't done the math yet, My tire popped at 18 miles. I let another kid punch me in the face. It worked. To preface this, I'm a hopeless romantic and adhere religiously to fuck it. What's the worst that could happen? I wrote love poems and recited them in Shakespearean fashion for my crush in high school. When that didn't work, I wrote her a song and performed it. Didn't work either, surprisingly. I took piano lessons to get to hang out with this girl, then her girlfriend showed up to practice at one point. I fell in love with a French girl through phone at work, in Swedish. She worked second line support and we start flirting for a bit. I say I want to see her and I'll come to France. She says do it. I arrive in France, no one at the airport, ring her up, she freaks out that I did it and wasn't joking, then ghosts me. Still a pretty decent vacation. Luckily I have since then learned how to dial it the fuck down. Traveled an hour and a half multiple times a week to go see her, she never did the same for me and she eventually ghosted me. It was probably one of the most pathetic and cringy times in my life, but I learned a lot from it. Edit, it's crazy how many replies and DMs I'm getting from both men and women that have experienced almost the exact same thing. Best advice I have for anyone going through this is never go the extra mile for someone who doesn't or wouldn't do the same for you. It's never worth it. A girl was leading me on, but also being obvious about it. I was stupidly believing I could change her ways and get her to actually date me. She had revealed she always wanted a giant teddy bear. So for her birthday/Valentine's Day I bought a giant bear costume from Amazon and like 90 roses. The idea was one for every day I had known her. Creepy and cringy AF looking back. Anyhow, she called me drunk the night before and screamed mean stuff at me and I finally broke down and told myself she was a shitty person, because she always was terrible to me and I let myself think I could change that because I was desperate to not be alone. In the end I created a sign that said free bear hugs and roses for Valentine's and wore the bear suit onto our college campus on Valentine's Day to give away all the roses. It made so many people happy that it was one of the best things I've ever done. So many hugs and girls were crying because they didn't have to feel so alone on a shitty commercialized holiday. It was cool. Plus the football players all took a flower and hugged me, which was surprisingly wholesome. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you were at all entertained, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing for future content. Stay safe everyone, until next time.